Nation, on this channel, we talk about how you need to control your money so that you don't lose control of it. This message probably resonates now more than ever. My name is Carmen.
And I'm Darius.
And what we want you to do when we say control your money is create your own banking system. Now, when we say create your own banking system, we're not saying that you're literally going to go out and start your own brick and mortar bank, because that's going to cost you about $20 million. We have a cheaper solution for you. So all we want to do today on this video is teach you how to create a system that encompasses the exact same banking principles that you get at the bank, but you have control over your funds.
So with that said, let us give you a visual of how you can start your own banking system. The system we're going to be referring to throughout this presentation is called infinite banking. And in order for us to best understand infinite banking, we have to take a look as to how the banks are making money. Banks are experts at keeping money in motion by providing us a place to put our money and a place for us to borrow money. That's how money continues to stay in motion on behalf of the banks. Now, before we get into it, what exactly is infinite banking? Infinite banking is a bank alternative where we can park our money and get loans whenever we need it. Now, before moving into the systems and the process, we have to answer two questions for ourselves. What do we want to use it for, and how much do we want to spend? When it comes to what do we want to use it for, whenever we go to the banks, because we want to deposit our money, and then we go and we get loans from the same bank. The key to understanding is banks pay us a small amount of interest, but they lend us back our same money at a significantly higher interest rate. And the difference between the two is how they make money. That's how they move money. We move our money in whenever we get paid to the banks, and they pay us a small amount of interest for our deposits. They then loan that money back to us, and we pay a significantly higher interest rate to have access to our own money. And the difference is considered cash flow that's coming back to the banks. And who's doing all the work? We are. So if this process doesn't work without us, that means that we can create this process for ourselves. And infinite banking, it replaces the services provided by the bank by doing the exact same thing. It provides us with a place to store our money and a place to lend our money. Now, we have to be responsible enough to treat our money exactly the same, because right now we're using a system that's taking money out of our pockets and putting it into the bank. The biggest reasons why we use the bank is so that we can direct deposit our funds into our bank account, so we can withdraw money to pay our monthly expenses. We use it to save money in the event of emergencies. And of course, we also get loans. Now, when using our infinite banking system, we're going to replace the deposits, and we're going to replace the savings and lending. The reason why we're not going to withdraw money is because we want to have that money available for the next generation. It's the whole purpose of creating a system in the first place. Banks have been around for hundreds of years. And at the top of every bank, there was one time a family. At the top of your bank is going to be you. The biggest goal of a bank is to get money and to keep money. And we should start taking on that same philosophy if we want to make money just like they do. Now, here's some examples of some debts that we can replace with our banking system. This is some of the reasons why you want to create your own system. You might have some loans that you're paying interest on. Now, when you pay interest on those loans, you never see that money again. Now, if we own the system, then all those interest payments will be going back to us. Now, some reasons why you want to create your own systems, some of those reasons you want to get personal loans for yourself. You may want to create a car loan, student loans. You may want to stop going to the banks for your major purchases on your credit cards, medical expenses. There are a ton of products and services that the banks offer us that we can replace by creating our own system. As a matter of fact, comment below as to what are some of those services that you would want to replace. And instead of paying the bank the interest, you can pay back to yourself. Now, we're not limited to just debt. We can also do some investing. We can use our system to do real estate investing, personal lending, general investing. Once we really understand the concepts of banking, we can start doing it on our own. Now, the next question that you want to answer is, how much do you want to spend? Now, understand this, banks are experts at money management. How many times have we gone to the bank for a loan and they told us how much we can afford. And they know these numbers because they are experts at money management. And we should strive to be experts at managing our own money. Whenever we go to the bank, the next time we should be telling them how much we want to spend, not the other way around. And we do this by understanding our income and our expenses, because the difference between the two is our cash flow. Now, if you don't know your numbers and on a monthly basis you don't have any cash flow, then this system isn't for you. Because if this was a bank, that bank wouldn't be in business. Neither will you if you have more expenses than you do income. So cash flow is very important to this system because you will utilize your cash flow to establish your system. The banks use us to have deposits coming in, and they use those deposits to move money. We can't move money without money. So it's very important that we have cash flow. And the tool that we're going to use for this process is whole life insurance. One reason is because banks are the largest purchasers of whole life insurance. Instead of the banks saving their money in the banks, they save their money in whole life insurance. One of the reasons is because of the guaranteed values. They purchase life insurance policies on their key executives and they utilize the cash for their business and bonuses. Now, in the event that something happens to that executive, the banks will get a large amount of money from the death benefit. Now, this is the reason why we don't want to withdraw from our life insurance policies, because when we withdraw, that money is no longer available to us. And one of the perks that we utilize from a whole life insurance policy for banking is the fact that you have easy access to cash. Whenever you get a loan from the bank, you don't have to worry about getting a credit check. You don't have to worry about having income requirements. You don't have to ask for permission. You don't even have to worry about underwriting to get your loan approved. As long as the money is available, you can get that money loaned to you. Now, the benefit of getting the money loaned to you is because you will continue to earn tax-free growth even with an outstanding loan. You can't do that when you withdraw the money. Now, having complete control of money and still earning interest, even though you have an outstanding loan, is a huge responsibility. You make the rules as to when you pay that money back. You don't have to worry about any late fees or penalties. If you want to pay that money back next month, in 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, it is totally up to you because you own this system. At the end of the day, remember that banking is a process. It's a process that the banks are experts at. Now, banking is a process that the banks have been using on us for years. Now, what we want to do is to copy exactly what the banks are doing, keep our eyes and our ears open as to what we're doing with our money, because the banking process, as it is applied in most people's lives, is taking money out of their pocket and put it into the bank. We want to redirect those funds back to ourselves by becoming our own bank. And to get a better understanding of infinite banking and how this thing works, take a look at our next video on how infinite banking works. But before you go, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And remember to own your own lifestyle, or someone else will.